The desert stretched endlessly under a pale orange sun. Winds swept across the dunes, carrying grains of sand that sparkled like tiny stars. In the middle of this emptiness, a small team of humans moved carefully, their boots sinking into the soft sand. They had traveled across the galaxy to reach this planet, a place long ignored by explorers. Ryan, the leader of the group, adjusted his helmet and scanned the horizon. His eyes caught a strange shape partially buried in the sand. At first, it seemed like a large rock, but as they approached, its smooth surface and sharp angles suggested something more deliberate, more artificial. "This isn't natural," Ryan said, his voice calm but full of excitement. He knelt and brushed away the sand with gloved hands. Symbols appeared beneath his fingers. They were intricate, unlike anything humans had seen before, glowing faintly with a soft blue light. Tara, the team's linguist, bent over the symbols. "These markings are not like any alien language we have in our database," she said. "But they look like they were made with intelligence, with care." Ryan smiled. "Then it is a tomb. Or some kind of structure left by an ancient civilization." The rest of the team gathered around. Juno, the engineer, touched the surface lightly and frowned. "It is strong, denser than any material we know. We will need special equipment to open it without causing damage." Ryan nodded. "We do this carefully. One step at a time." For hours, the team worked, slowly removing layers of sand and debris. The structure revealed itself as a massive rectangular tomb, its edges sharp and perfect despite the desert's harsh conditions. The tomb's surface shimmered under the sun, as if it had a protective coating that had kept it safe for 3,000 years. As they examined the entrance, a faint hum began to fill the air. It was not loud, but it vibrated through the ground and the bones of the explorers. Tara stepped back. "I think something is inside. Something alive, or at least powered." Ryan's heart raced with anticipation. "Stay calm. We have the right tools. Let's proceed carefully." Juno connected her scanner to the tomb's surface. Lights blinked on the device, showing layers of energy fields that protected the inner chamber. "It's a complex lock system," she explained. "Not mechanical, but energy-based. Whoever built this knew how to keep intruders out." Ryan looked at his team. "Then it is a test. This tomb was never meant to be easy to enter. We need to respect that." Hours passed as the team studied the energy fields. They combined their skills, Ryan guiding, Tara interpreting, and Juno analyzing the structure. Slowly, a small section of the tomb's surface began to respond to their adjustments. A panel slid open, revealing a dark corridor beyond. The corridor smelled of ancient stone and a faint electric charge. Ryan stepped forward first, his flashlight cutting through the darkness. The walls were covered in more symbols, glowing faintly. Some depicted strange creatures with wings, others showed humans interacting with beings that clearly were not from this galaxy. Tara whispered, "It looks like humans were here before. Or at least, they were remembered." Ryan nodded. "Then we are not the first to explore the stars. There were others before us who walked this path." The deeper they went, the cooler the air became. The tomb seemed alive, responding to their presence. Occasionally, a soft vibration traveled along the walls, as if the tomb itself was breathing. At the end of the corridor, they found a large door. Unlike the tomb's outer surface, it was perfectly smooth and dark, almost like black glass. No markings, no handle, just a faint shimmer that suggested energy flowed within it. "This is it," Ryan said softly. "The inner chamber. The heart of the tomb." Juno prepared the energy tools. With careful adjustments, the door responded. It moved silently, revealing a wide hall bathed in a soft blue light. In the center, a pedestal held a small device, clearly ancient but still functional. The device projected a holographic image into the air. The team froze. It was a figure, humanoid in shape but taller than any human. Its eyes glowed softly, and its voice echoed in the chamber without moving its lips. "Welcome, seekers of knowledge," it said. "Only the worthy may enter." Ryan stepped forward, both nervous and excited. "We come in peace," he said. "We seek to learn, to understand, and to honor what you have left behind." The hologram paused, then raised a hand. Light streamed from it, scanning the team. Each member felt a strange warmth, like recognition, or perhaps approval. The Guardian's voice continued. "Your courage and unity are noted. Many have come before and failed. Your path begins now." The team exchanged glances. They were entering something far bigger than a simple tomb. This was a place of trials, of history, of wisdom beyond imagination. Ryan's heart pounded with anticipation, but he kept his voice steady. "We are ready. Show us the way." The hologram disappeared, leaving the team in silence. The walls of the chamber began to shift, revealing multiple passages, each filled with light and symbols. It was a labyrinth, a challenge waiting to be solved. Ryan took a deep breath. "Remember, we stay together. Trust each other, and we will succeed. Let's move forward." With careful steps, the humans entered the first passage. Each footstep echoed, and the tomb seemed to respond, humming softly beneath their feet. They were no longer mere explorers. They had become part of a story written 3,000 years ago, a story waiting to be discovered. And as they moved deeper into the tomb, the desert outside faded into a distant memory. Inside, a new world of challenges and knowledge awaited, ready to test the limits of human courage, intelligence, and spirit. Ryan glanced at his team one last time before stepping fully into the passage. The tomb had awakened, and humanity had entered a place it had never imagined. The moment Ryan and his team stepped further into the tomb, the walls seemed to shift ever so slightly. Light patterns flickered along the smooth stone, forming geometric shapes that moved like living drawings. Every step they took echoed softly, yet it felt like the tomb itself was listening. "This place is alive," whispered Tara, her eyes wide with awe. "I have never seen technology like this. It is more than machinery. It feels aware." Juno adjusted her tools. "Aware or not, we have to be careful. This could be a security system or a trap. We need to stay alert." Ryan nodded. "Agreed. Move slowly and watch everything." They reached a wide chamber. The walls glowed faintly with symbols, and the floor was smooth, polished, almost like glass. In the center of the room stood a tall structure, rising from floor to ceiling. Its surface was dark, but soft pulses of light traveled up and down it, like veins of energy. As the team approached, the structure began to hum. The sound was low at first, then grew louder, vibrating in their chests. A figure appeared above the structure, formed entirely of light. It was humanoid but taller than any human. Its eyes shone with a gentle blue glow. "I am the Guardian," it said, its voice echoing through the chamber without moving lips. "This tomb holds knowledge and power. Only those who are worthy may enter further." Ryan stepped forward, his voice steady but respectful. "We come to learn, to honor, and to understand. We mean no harm." The Guardian paused, then lifted its hand. Light scanned each team member in turn. When it passed over them, a warm sensation filled their bodies, as if the tomb was judging their courage, intelligence, and intentions. Tara whispered, "It is testing us. Not just our skills, but our hearts." The Guardian's voice continued. "Many have sought the secrets of this tomb. Many have failed. Your journey will require wisdom, courage, and unity. Only together can you succeed." Suddenly, the floor beneath them shifted. A new passage opened, glowing softly with blue light. Symbols appeared along the walls, showing strange puzzles and moving shapes. This is the first challenge, the guardian said. Solve it, and you will proceed. Fail, and you will be denied further entry. Ryan looked at his team. We can do this. Remember what the guardian said. We must work together. Observe, think, and trust one another. The team moved toward the first puzzle. It was a series of floating shapes suspended in midair, rotating slowly. Each shape had a pattern of light lines and nodes, and some symbols glowed brighter than others. Juno studied them carefully. These shapes are connected. If we move one, the others respond. I think it is a balance puzzle. We need to align them correctly. Tara pointed at the glowing symbols. Look at these patterns. They might show the correct positions. The light seems to flow in a certain direction. Ryan nodded. Let's start carefully. Juno, you move the shapes while Tara and I watch the patterns. Hours passed as they worked. They rotated the shapes, pushed nodes, and watched how the lights responded. Sometimes, the shapes moved in unexpected ways, almost as if the tomb was alive and testing their patience. Finally, with a click and a soft hum, the puzzle aligned perfectly. A beam of light shot from the center of the shapes, illuminating the next passage. The guardian's voice echoed again, calm and approving. Well done. You have shown patience, logic, and cooperation. Proceed further. Ryan exhaled, relief and pride filling him. This is only the beginning. Let's keep moving, but stay focused. The tomb will test us more. As they entered the next chamber, the air grew cooler. The walls were filled with murals depicting strange scenes. In some, humans interacted with beings that had wings, scales, or glowing eyes. Some murals showed battles, while others showed humans helping the aliens build cities or study the stars. Tara traced the images with her fingers. It looks like humans were part of something bigger in the galaxy long ago. Maybe we were explorers or allies of other civilizations. Ryan nodded. It is incredible. The tomb is not only a test but a record of history. We are learning about our past as well as our potential. They moved deeper, entering a chamber filled with floating orbs of light. Each orb projected images into the air, star maps, alien structures, and strange machines. The orbs responded to their movements, shifting when they reached out. Juno reached for an orb, and it floated higher. Light connected it to other orbs, forming a network of information. This is knowledge, she said. All of it stored and protected. The tomb is like a library, but more advanced than anything we know. The guardian appeared again, this time as a larger figure, its light filling the chamber. Knowledge is only useful to those who can understand it. You must prove your wisdom to continue. Ryan stepped forward. We will learn. We will study. We will not misuse what we find. The guardian's eyes glowed brighter. Then you may proceed. But remember, the tomb is alive. It senses your intentions. Unity and courage will carry you forward. Pride or selfishness will close the way. The team continued cautiously, passing through chambers that tested their strength, their thinking, and their patience. In one room, they had to navigate a field of energy streams without touching them. In another, they had to solve a complex riddle using symbols they had not seen before. With each challenge, their bond grew stronger. They began to anticipate each other's thoughts, share ideas quickly, and support one another through mistakes. The tomb was demanding, but humanity's qualities, intelligence, courage, and cooperation allowed them to advance. Finally, they reached a large hall, more magnificent than anything they had imagined. The walls shimmered with energy, and the floor reflected light like a mirror. In the center, a pedestal held a device glowing softly with blue light, smaller but more intricate than the one in the first chamber. The guardian spoke for the last time, its voice calm and powerful. You have passed the first trial. You have proven unity, courage, and wisdom. Ahead lies the heart of the tomb, where secrets of the past and keys to the future await. Tread carefully, for the greatest tests are yet to come. Ryan looked at his team, their faces a mix of awe and determination. We have done well so far, but this is only the beginning. The tomb has much to teach us. Let's stay together and face whatever comes next. They moved forward into the hall, ready for the next stage of the tomb's trials. Outside, the desert wind continued to blow, but inside, humans were part of a story written 3,000 years ago. They were proving themselves worthy, step by step, challenge by challenge, and the tomb seemed to recognize their determination. For the first time, Ryan felt a connection not only to the tomb but to humanity itself. This journey was not just about discovery. It was about understanding the strength and potential of humans. The tomb was testing them, yes, but it was also teaching them something deeper, what it truly meant to be human among the stars. And so, the team advanced, their courage steady, their minds sharp, and their hearts united, unaware of the even greater mysteries waiting in the chambers ahead. The next chamber was larger than anything Ryan and his team had seen before. The ceiling stretched high above, covered in glowing symbols that shifted like water. The floor was patterned with geometric designs, and the walls pulsed faintly with blue light. Every step the team took caused the light patterns to ripple, as if the tomb itself was aware of their presence. "This chamber is different," Juno said, her voice calm but cautious. "It feels like it is designed to test more than just our minds. Maybe our reflexes or teamwork." Ryan nodded. "Then we proceed carefully. Everyone stay close. Observe everything. The tomb reacts to us, so every movement matters." As they moved forward, the floor suddenly shifted beneath them. Panels rose and lowered slowly, creating a moving maze. The walls projected faint holographic arrows pointing in different directions, but following them without thought would not lead anywhere. The team realized quickly that they had to think and move together. "This is a coordination test," Tara said. "We must watch each other and make decisions as a team. If we move too quickly or separately, the panels may trap us." Ryan took the lead. "We move slowly. Juno, guide us with your scanner. Tara, watch the symbols. I will follow the patterns and direct our steps." Hours passed as they navigated the shifting floor. Sometimes a panel would rise too quickly, threatening to trap a foot or leg. Other times, the arrows on the walls would spin or change, testing their attention and patience. Despite the danger, the team stayed focused, supporting one another and communicating clearly. Finally, they reached a section where the floor stabilized. A pedestal rose from the center, holding a small cube that glowed faintly. When Ryan touched it, the walls of the chamber lit up with moving shapes and symbols. "It is another puzzle," Juno said. "But this one is different. It reacts to thought or gestures. The light moves as we focus on the symbols." Ryan studied the cube. "We must align the symbols in the correct order. Look at the patterns on the walls. They are clues. Everyone, focus and think together." The team worked methodically. Each time a symbol aligned correctly, the cube glowed brighter. When a symbol was wrong, the light dimmed, and faint vibrations traveled through the floor, warning them of mistakes. Tara pointed at a pattern on the far wall. "See how the lines connect here? It matches the symbols on the cube. If we follow this flow, we can complete the puzzle." Juno nodded and carefully adjusted the cube. Ryan guided the gestures, matching each symbol with precision. Slowly, the cube's glow expanded until it filled the chamber with bright blue light. The walls pulsed in harmony, and a new passage opened ahead. The guardian's voice echoed softly through the chamber. "You have shown intelligence, focus, and cooperation. Your unity allows you to continue. Ahead lies the next challenge, where your courage will be tested." The team moved forward, entering a dimly lit hall. The air was cooler here, and a faint humming filled the space. In the center of the hall floated a series of suspended platforms, glowing faintly. Below them was an empty pit, its depth impossible to measure. Juno examined the platforms carefully. We must cross, but the platforms move. If we step incorrectly, we could fall. We have to time our movements perfectly. Ryan nodded. We stay calm. Move one at a time, and watch each other's steps. Trust and coordination are the key. One by one, the team stepped onto the floating platforms. Each platform rose and fell with a soft hum, responding to weight and movement. Some tilted slightly, testing balance and patience. The tomb was clearly designed to challenge both physical skill and mental focus. Halfway across, a platform tilted sharply. Tara stumbled, but Ryan caught her arm, steadying her. Careful, Tara. Watch your footing. Trust the movement, not your fear. She nodded, taking a deep breath, and they continued. With careful steps and mutual support, they reached the other side safely. The pit seemed endless, and the team realized how close they had been to failure. At the far end of the hall, a large wall of symbols glowed brightly. When Ryan approached, the symbols shifted into words and images, forming a message. Bravery and wisdom must work together, the wall read. The tomb tests those who seek knowledge. Only those who understand unity may claim the secrets. Ryan turned to his team. The tomb is teaching us, not just testing us. Each challenge strengthens our ability to work together. That is what the Guardian wants to see. Tara studied the message. It is also about understanding ourselves. We have to trust one another and remain calm under pressure. Juno nodded. The tomb is harder than I expected, but we are learning as we go. That is the real test. The team continued through a narrow passage, where energy streams formed a web along the walls and ceiling. They had to move carefully, avoiding contact with the glowing strands. Each misstep caused the web to pulse with light and a warning hum, signaling danger. This is agility and observation, Ryan said. Stay focused. We can do this together. Step by step, they moved through the energy web. When one of them made a near mistake, another would extend a hand or give a warning. Each member relied on the others, and the tomb seemed to respond, opening the path as they progressed. At last, they reached the final challenge in this section, a circular chamber with a pool of liquid at the center. Floating above it was a glowing orb, rotating slowly. The orb emitted beams of light that shifted and changed direction constantly. Juno studied it. We must interact with the orb, but it reacts to our approach. We have to understand its pattern and move in harmony with it. Ryan stepped forward carefully. We observe first. No sudden movements. Watch how the beams flow, and time our steps. The team watched silently, noting the orb's movements. When they understood its rhythm, they approached together. Each step matched the shifting beams. When the orb aligned with their position, it released a wave of light that filled the chamber. The pool glowed brightly, and a hidden passage opened. The Guardian's voice echoed again, approving and calm. You have faced the tomb's hidden challenges. You have shown intelligence, courage, and unity. You are ready for what lies ahead. Remember, the trials will grow more complex, but your spirit is strong. Ryan smiled at his team, pride and determination shining in his eyes. We are learning. Each challenge makes us stronger and brings us closer to understanding. The tomb is testing more than skill, it is testing our humanity. Tara nodded. We are proving that humans can think, adapt, and work together. That is the lesson of the tomb. Juno added, and we are ready for the next stage. Whatever the tomb throws at us, we face it as a team. With courage renewed, the team stepped forward into the new passage, ready for the next chamber. The tomb's mysteries were vast, but humanity's spirit had shown its strength. The journey had only begun, and the hidden challenges had already revealed the power of unity, intelligence, and courage. The tomb awaited the next step, and the humans were prepared to meet it, proving that even after 3,000 years, the courage and ingenuity of humanity could shine brightly in the face of the unknown. The passage opened into a vast chamber, larger than any the team had seen. The ceiling stretched high, adorned with symbols that shimmered like stars. Light flowed along the walls, showing images of distant worlds, ancient civilizations, and humans standing among beings of extraordinary shapes and colors. Ryan stepped forward, his eyes wide with wonder. Look at this. This is not just a tomb. It is a record of history, of humans, and their connection with others in the galaxy. Tara traced one of the glowing images. These humans are learning from the others. They are building cities, exploring planets, and studying stars. It is as if humans were part of a larger alliance long ago. Juno examined the symbols along the walls. This technology is far beyond anything we know. It can show not only images but knowledge, experiences, and even thoughts from the past. The tomb is preserving everything. As they moved deeper, a soft hum filled the chamber. The light patterns shifted and formed a central holographic projection. A figure appeared, humanoid but taller, with light flowing like energy along its body. It spoke with a calm and gentle voice. "I am the historian," it said. "I record the knowledge of all who came before you. Humans once walked among the stars as explorers, learners, and allies. You are about to uncover the truth of your ancestors' role in the galaxy." Ryan stepped closer. "We want to understand. We want to learn about our history and our place in the universe. Show us." The historian raised its hands. The holographic projection expanded, showing a map of countless star systems connected by beams of light. Humans were depicted traveling to distant worlds, learning from alien civilizations, and sharing their own knowledge. Tara gasped. Humans were not alone. We helped others, and they helped us. We had a purpose beyond Earth. This is incredible. Juno studied the projection carefully. The tomb has preserved this knowledge for 3,000 years. It has waited for humans who are ready to understand it, who can respect it and use it wisely. The historian's voice continued. The galaxy is vast, and knowledge is powerful. Humans were chosen to explore, to learn, and to protect. The tomb is a test, not of strength alone, but of wisdom, courage, and unity. Only those who show these qualities may inherit the secrets of the past. Ryan nodded. We have faced many challenges already, and we are still together. We want to continue and learn more. The walls began to shift, showing scenes of humans building cities with advanced technology, communicating across planets, and forming alliances with beings of various forms. Some images depicted humans solving complex problems, creating machines powered by energy beyond comprehension, and exploring unknown phenomena. Tara pointed to one scene. Look at this. Humans are working with a creature that has wings and glowing eyes. They are building something together. It is cooperation at its finest. Juno added, the tomb is teaching us that human strength comes not only from intelligence but from the ability to cooperate, adapt, and think creatively. That is the lesson of the past. The historian raised a hand. You must understand that this knowledge is not for pride or selfish use. Humans who seek to control or dominate will fail. Only those who seek wisdom, who act with courage and respect, may advance. Ryan stepped forward. We promise to respect the knowledge and use it to understand our past and build a better future. We are ready to learn. The chamber shifted again. A hidden passage opened, leading to a smaller room filled with devices, tools, and machines that glowed softly. Each device projected images and information about human history, technology, and the alliance with other civilizations. Tara walked among the devices, her eyes shining with excitement. This is amazing. We can learn everything about how humans explored, created, and connected with the galaxy. The tomb preserved it perfectly. Juno examined a device that projected a star map. Look at this. Humans once traveled vast distances, navigating by the stars and using advanced energy sources. They built civilizations far beyond what we imagined. Ryan touched one of the projections. The tomb wants us to learn from this. To understand that humans have always had potential to do great things when united and wise. The historian spoke again. There is more to discover. The tomb holds secrets of energy, technology, and knowledge that can guide your species. But remember, only those who act with integrity and courage may continue. Suddenly, a holographic door appeared at the end of the room. Symbols glowed along the frame, showing patterns of light that shifted constantly. This must be the next trial, Ryan said. It is testing our understanding, not our strength. We need to think carefully and proceed with caution. The team examined the symbols. They realized that each symbol represented a concept: unity, courage, wisdom, and respect. The patterns shifted as they moved closer, responding to their gestures and decisions. Tara studied the symbols. We must approach with the right mindset. If we act selfishly or hastily, the door will not open. We need to work together, think carefully, and act wisely. Juno nodded. The tomb is teaching us that knowledge is not just about learning facts. It is about understanding and applying wisdom with courage and cooperation. Step by step, they aligned the symbols. Each correct movement caused the door to glow brighter, while incorrect gestures made the light dim and shift. They worked together, guiding one another, correcting mistakes, and learning from the tomb's subtle lessons. Finally, the door fully opened, revealing a chamber filled with even brighter light. In the center floated a crystal-like device, radiating knowledge and energy. It was the heart of the tomb, the ultimate record of human history and potential. The historian spoke one last time. You have reached the heart of the tomb. You have shown unity, courage, and wisdom. The knowledge here is now available to you. Use it to guide humanity, to learn, and to grow. The past and future are connected, and you are the bridge. Ryan looked at his team, pride and awe in his eyes. We have come far, but this is only the beginning. The tomb has given us a gift, knowledge of who we are and what we can achieve together. Tara smiled. We now understand that humans have always been explorers, learners, and allies. This knowledge will help us build a better future. Juno nodded. The tomb is a reminder that courage, wisdom, and unity are the true strengths of humanity. With these, we can face anything. As they stepped closer to the crystal, the chamber filled with light, images, and sounds from across the galaxy. The tomb revealed the past, illuminated the present, and hinted at the potential of the future. Ryan reached out, touching the crystal, and a wave of understanding flowed through him. The tomb had shared its secrets, and humanity's story was clearer than ever. The team realized that their journey was not just about discovery but about understanding the power, potential, and responsibility of being human. They had proven themselves worthy, and the tomb had opened its heart. The knowledge they gained would guide them, and the lessons of the past would shape the choices of the future. Together, they stood, united and determined, ready to carry the wisdom of 3,000 years into the world beyond the tomb. The journey of discovery and the story of humanity had only just begun. After leaving the Chamber of Knowledge, Ryan and his team entered a corridor that felt different from all the previous ones. The air was thick with a soft golden light, and the walls hummed with quiet energy. The team felt a sense of calm, but also a subtle tension. This feels different, Tara said. It is peaceful, but I sense a test here. Something about our decisions, not our strength or skill. Juno nodded. The tomb has tested our intelligence and courage. Now it seems to test our hearts and judgment. The corridor led them to a circular chamber, with no ceiling in sight. In the center was a pedestal with 3 glowing orbs, each a different color, blue, red, and green. As they approached, the orbs floated slightly above the pedestal and rotated slowly. A voice, soft yet powerful, filled the chamber. You have shown courage, intelligence, and unity. Now you will face a trial of morality and judgment. Your choices will determine your path forward and reveal the strength of your humanity. Ryan stepped closer to the pedestal. 3 orbs. Each one must represent a choice or a lesson. We must think carefully and act together. The voice continued. The blue orb represents wisdom. The red orb represents courage. The green orb represents compassion. To proceed, you must choose one orb to take with you. But your choice will influence the others, and your unity will be tested. Tara looked at the orbs. We cannot act individually. Whatever we choose, it must reflect all of us, not just ourselves. We must discuss and understand what each orb means for us as a team. Juno studied the orbs carefully. Wisdom will guide us, courage will protect us, and compassion will connect us. We need all 3 qualities to succeed, but the tomb is forcing us to prioritize one. That is the lesson. Ryan nodded. Let us talk together and make the right decision. Our choice must be thoughtful and selfless. The team discussed their thoughts. Tara said, if we take wisdom, we will have knowledge to solve future challenges, but without courage, we might hesitate in danger. Without compassion, we might fail to understand others. Juno added, if we take courage, we can face any danger, but without wisdom, we could act recklessly. Without compassion, our actions might harm others unintentionally. Ryan considered both ideas and then spoke. If we take compassion, we ensure that our decisions protect others and unite us. But we will need wisdom to understand situations and courage to act. Maybe the tomb wants us to see that no quality is enough alone. They must work together. The orbs glowed brighter as the team spoke. The chamber responded to their thoughts. Then the voice spoke again. Your insight is true. Humanity's strength lies not in a single quality, but in the balance of wisdom, courage, and compassion. To proceed, you must demonstrate unity by combining these qualities in your actions. A new puzzle appeared on the floor. 3 interconnected platforms floated above a shallow pit. Each platform glowed with one of the orb's colors. The team realized that to cross, they had to step on all 3 platforms at once, balancing carefully and moving together. This is the test, Ryan said. We must move in harmony, showing wisdom in planning, courage in stepping forward, and compassion in supporting each other. They began. Ryan led with careful calculation, Tara adjusted her steps to match the rhythm, and Juno extended hands to steady the others when needed. The platforms moved, tilted, and reacted to weight, challenging both coordination and trust. Halfway across, a platform tilted sharply. Tara nearly fell, but Ryan caught her and steadied the platform. We must rely on each other fully, he said calmly. Trust is our true strength. Juno added, this is the lesson of the orbs. We must balance all qualities, not just favor one. They continued, step by step, each movement reflecting a combination of wisdom, courage, and compassion. As they reached the far side, the platform stabilized and the pit glowed softly before vanishing completely. The pedestal reappeared, and the 3 orbs floated gently before them. The voice spoke once more. You have demonstrated true unity. You understand that wisdom, courage, and compassion must work together. You have passed the moral trial. The path forward is open to those who embrace humanity's full potential. Ryan smiled at his team. The tomb is teaching us more than knowledge. It is teaching us how to be fully human, how to act together and think beyond ourselves. Tara nodded. We are learning that every choice matters, not just for us but for others. Compassion, courage, and wisdom guide us forward. Juno added, the tomb tests not just what we know or can do, but who we are. That is why the moral trial is so important. Our unity, understanding, and care for each other are what allowed us to succeed. Suddenly, a new passage opened in the wall, lined with glowing symbols that formed a moving pattern. The team stepped inside, feeling the energy of the chamber fade into a gentle warmth. They were stronger, wiser, and more connected than before. As they walked through the passage, they reflected on the trial. The tomb is teaching us that knowledge and courage alone are not enough, Ryan said. We must act with care and responsibility. That is what separates humans from beings who act only for themselves. Tara agreed. And the tomb showed us that when we combine our strengths and support each other, we can overcome anything. That is the real lesson of humanity. Juno added, this trial was about more than morality. It was about understanding that humans' true power is their ability to think, feel, and act together. That is why the tomb has waited for us for 3,000 years. They emerged into a larger chamber, where the walls displayed scenes of humans in the galaxy, not just as explorers, but as teachers, builders, and protectors. The energy in the chamber felt alive, as if the tomb itself was acknowledging their growth. Ryan looked around, feeling a deep connection to the history unfolding before them. The tomb is showing us that humans have always had potential, but the key is how we use it. Knowledge, courage, and compassion must guide our actions. Tara smiled. And now we understand that the tomb is not just about testing us. It is about preparing us. Preparing humanity for the challenges that lie ahead, for the responsibilities of knowledge and power. Juno touched one of the glowing walls. We are ready. The tomb has given us lessons, guidance, and insight. We have passed the moral trial, and we can face what comes next with unity and courage. The team paused for a moment, feeling the weight and importance of their journey. The moral trial had strengthened not only their skills but their bond as a team and as humans. They knew that whatever lay ahead, they could meet it together, with wisdom, courage, and compassion guiding their way. The tomb had tested their hearts, and they had emerged stronger, ready to continue the journey of discovery, understanding, and humanity's potential in the galaxy. After passing the moral trial, Ryan, Tara, and Juno entered a new chamber that stretched wide and tall, unlike anything they had seen before. The walls were smooth, reflecting the golden light that seemed to come from everywhere at once. A soft vibration pulsed through the floor, making the air feel alive with energy. This place feels different from the other chambers, Tara said. It is peaceful but also alert, like something is watching us. Juno nodded, examining the walls. The tomb has grown more complex as we progress. This chamber is not just a test of knowledge or morality. It feels like a challenge of strategy and intellect. As they moved deeper, 3 large figures emerged from the far end of the chamber. They were humanoid but taller and more elegant than any human. Their bodies glowed with a soft light, and their eyes were like shining crystals. They did not speak but raised their hands slowly, as if signaling the team to stop. Ryan stepped forward cautiously. Guardians. These must be the protectors of the tomb's deepest secrets. We have passed the previous trials, but now we face them. The Guardians began to move in a coordinated pattern, stepping forward and then back, forming intricate shapes and lines across the chamber. Each movement caused the light in the room to change color, creating symbols on the walls that shifted with every step. Tara studied the patterns. They are not attacking. They are communicating. Their movements are like a puzzle, a challenge for our minds, not our strength. Juno added, we need to understand the sequence, the logic behind their patterns. This is a test of intelligence and strategy. If we act recklessly, we could fail. Ryan nodded. Let's observe carefully. Watch their movements, record the patterns, and then respond with precision. For several minutes, they watched the Guardians. Every step, every hand movement, created symbols and pathways across the chamber. Tara noticed that certain sequences caused the light on the walls to form stable shapes, while other sequences caused them to flicker or collapse. These shapes are keys, Terra said. If we follow the correct sequence, we can move forward. If not, the Guardians may reset the trial or block us. Juno studied the floor. The platforms we step on also light up according to the patterns. We must move exactly in sync with the Guardian sequence. This is a test of logic, timing, and cooperation. Ryan took a deep breath. We can do this. We have passed every challenge so far by thinking together, observing, and supporting one another. This is no different. Let's move step by step. They began to follow the Guardian's pattern. Ryan led with careful precision, Terra mirrored his movements, and Juno ensured they stayed synchronized. Every step had to match the Guardian's rhythm exactly. A single mistake would cause the platforms to reset. Halfway across the chamber, one of the Guardians changed its sequence, moving faster and forming a new symbol on the wall. Terra nearly lost her balance, but Ryan reached out and steadied her. We must adjust quickly. Observe and respond. Juno whispered, the Guardians are testing our adaptability. Intelligence is not just following patterns. It is also about responding to change. They adapted, matching the new sequence, and the platforms glowed steadily under their feet. The Guardians' movements grew more complex, forming patterns that required them to think several steps ahead. Ryan realized that the trial was not just about reflexes. This is teaching us strategic thinking. We must predict the next moves, understand the consequences of each step, and work as one. Terra smiled. We are combining our knowledge, our courage to act, and our compassion to support each other. Everything we learned so far is helping us now. The Guardians continued their intricate dance, guiding the team toward the far side of the chamber. Each step was a combination of observation, logic, and trust. The symbols on the walls began to form a larger pattern, revealing a map of the tomb and a glowing pathway leading to the final chamber. Juno studied the map. The Guardians are not just obstacles. They are guides. They are showing us the correct path to the heart of the tomb. We must respect their role and continue with care and focus. Ryan nodded. We have passed every challenge together. We can do this too. Let's finish the sequence and reach the end. They continued, moving in perfect harmony with the Guardian's pattern. The platforms and symbols shifted in response to their every step. The golden light in the chamber brightened, signaling that they were progressing correctly. As they reached the final section, the Guardians stopped moving and raised their hands. The symbols on the walls formed a single, brilliant image, a crystal floating above a pedestal, glowing with energy and knowledge. The Guardians then stepped aside, their forms fading into the golden light of the chamber. Ryan looked at his team. We did it. The Guardians have recognized our understanding, our strategy, and our unity. The path is open to the final chamber. Terra took a deep breath. Every trial has been preparing us for this moment. We have learned courage, wisdom, compassion, and now strategy. We are ready for the heart of the tomb. Juno added, the Guardians showed us that intelligence and planning are just as important as bravery and care. Humanity's strength comes from combining all these qualities. They approached the pedestal and the crystal at its center. The light from the crystal filled the chamber, reflecting the lessons they had learned. The Guardians' challenge had been more than a puzzle. It had been a demonstration of humanity's potential to think, adapt, and work together. Ryan reached out and touched the crystal. A surge of energy flowed through him, filling his mind with understanding. He saw humans not just as explorers but as thinkers, planners, and leaders who could shape the future of the galaxy. Terra and Juno joined him, placing their hands on the crystal together. The energy connected them, showing how their cooperation, intelligence, and unity had allowed them to succeed. The chamber hummed with life, as if the tomb itself was acknowledging their growth. The Guardians' challenge had tested their strategy and intellect, but it had also strengthened their bond and confidence in their abilities. Ryan looked at the crystal and smiled. The tomb is showing us that humans are capable of more than we imagine. With courage, wisdom, compassion, and intelligence, we can face any challenge and guide our future. Tara nodded. We have learned the lessons of the past, and we understand the importance of unity, careful thinking, and support for one another. That is the true message of the Guardians. Juno added, the tomb has prepared us not only to understand history but to apply it. Strategy, intellect, and cooperation are essential for the challenges ahead. The Guardians ensured we are ready. The chamber slowly transformed, revealing a new passage beyond the pedestal. The golden light softened into a gentle glow, guiding them forward. The final chamber awaited, promising answers to the mysteries of the tomb and the full story of humanity's potential. Ryan, Tara, and Juno stepped forward together, confident, united, and ready to face the last challenge. The Guardians had tested their minds, and the tomb had shown that humans could rise to every trial with intelligence, courage, and heart. As they moved toward the final chamber, the lessons of the tomb were clear. Humanity's true power was not in strength alone but in the combination of wisdom, strategy, courage, and compassion. With these, they could uncover the secrets of the past and shape the future of the galaxy. Ryan, Tara, and Juno stepped into the final chamber. The space was vast, stretching higher than any building they had ever seen. Light filled the chamber from an unknown source, reflecting off walls that shimmered like liquid crystal. Every surface seemed to glow with knowledge and history, as if the tomb itself was alive and welcoming them. This is it, Ryan said quietly. The heart of the tomb. Everything we have learned has led to this moment. Tara's eyes widened. The energy here is incredible. I can feel the history of humanity flowing through this place. It is as if the tomb holds the memories of every achievement and every lesson learned. Juno walked carefully across the polished floor. The Guardians prepared us for this. Strategy, morality, courage, and wisdom, they were all necessary to reach this chamber. Now we will understand the tomb's ultimate secret. In the center of the room floated a large crystal, suspended above a pedestal. Its glow was stronger than anything they had seen, shifting in color and intensity. As they approached, the crystal seemed to respond to their presence, pulsing gently with light. Ryan stepped forward first. This must be the source of the tomb's energy and knowledge. We need to be careful. Whatever secrets it holds, it is ancient and powerful. Tara reached out with her hand, hovering just above the crystal. I can feel it connecting with our minds. It is not dangerous. It is inviting us to understand, to learn, and to carry its wisdom with us. Juno observed the crystal closely. It contains the story of humanity, the potential we have yet to realize. The tomb has preserved it for 3,000 years, waiting for humans capable of courage, wisdom, and compassion to arrive. The crystal began to change. Scenes of human history appeared in the light, early explorers building ships, scientists discovering new knowledge, communities helping each other, and leaders guiding people with fairness and care. The images moved fluidly, showing how every action, choice, and value shaped the future. Ryan whispered, "This is the legacy of humanity." The tomb was never meant to be a trap or a challenge just for the sake of testing. It is a record, a guide, and a reminder of what humans can achieve. Tara added, "It shows that strength alone is not enough. Knowledge, strategy, morality, and unity are what make humans powerful in the galaxy." This is why the tomb waited for someone who could understand these lessons. The crystal then shifted to show scenes of the future. Humans exploring new planets, building advanced civilizations, sharing knowledge, and solving conflicts peacefully. It was a vision of what humanity could become if it remembered the lessons of the past and used them wisely. Juno looked at Ryan and Tara. The tomb is teaching us that potential is not given. It must be realized through choice, cooperation, and learning. We are being trusted to carry this understanding forward. A soft voice echoed through the chamber, different from the Guardians or the previous trials. You have proven courage, intelligence, compassion, and unity. You are worthy of this knowledge. Take it, learn from it, and let it guide humanity to its full potential. Ryan, Tara, and Juno touched the crystal together. A surge of energy passed through them, connecting their minds and hearts to the knowledge stored in the tomb. They felt understanding and insight flow like a river, showing them the paths humanity could take and the challenges it could face. "This is incredible," Ryan said. "The tomb has given us more than answers. It has given us guidance, a vision of what humanity can achieve, and the tools to help others grow." Tara smiled, feeling the energy of the tomb. "We now understand that the tomb's purpose is not just preservation. It is inspiration. It inspires those who are ready to carry humanity forward with wisdom and care." Juno added, "We have passed every trial, faced every challenge, and learned every lesson. Now it is our responsibility to use this knowledge to help humanity reach its true potential." The crystal began to fade slightly, and the chamber transformed. A soft pathway of light appeared, leading toward the exit. It was as if the tomb was saying that the lessons had been learned, and the time had come to return to the world. Ryan looked at his team. "We have everything we need now. The tomb has trusted us, and we must honor that trust. It is time to take this knowledge and ensure it benefits all humans." Tara nodded. "The journey here was not easy. Every trial shaped us, taught us, and made us stronger together. We are ready to face the world with what we have learned." Juno added, "And we will remember the lessons: courage to face challenges, wisdom to make decisions, compassion to care for others, and strategy to plan for the future. These are the qualities that make humans strong." As they followed the light toward the exit, the chamber gently closed behind them. The crystal's energy remained with them, invisible but powerful, guiding their thoughts and decisions. The tomb had shared its ultimate secret: humanity's potential is limitless when it works together with courage, wisdom, and care. Outside the tomb, the desert stretched as far as the eye could see, quiet and unchanged. Yet the team knew they had returned not as ordinary explorers but as bearers of knowledge and responsibility. They had unlocked a legacy that could shape the future of humanity across the stars. Ryan looked at Tara and Juno. "We must share this wisely. Humanity's future is in our hands, and the tomb has given us the tools to guide it with honor and intelligence." Tara smiled. "We have learned that the greatest treasure of the tomb is not gold or artifacts. It is understanding, unity, and the potential for humans to grow beyond what they ever imagined." Juno added, "Every trial, every challenge, every guardian has prepared us for this moment. We are ready to face the future and help humanity achieve greatness." The sun rose higher over the desert, casting long golden rays across the sands. The tomb remained silent and untouched, but its legacy was no longer hidden. Ryan, Tara, and Juno walked away with confidence, carrying the knowledge and lessons that would shape humanity for generations. They had uncovered the heart of the tomb and discovered the ultimate truth: humans were capable of extraordinary things when courage, wisdom, compassion, and intelligence worked together. The tomb had waited 3,000 years for those who could understand, and now its secrets were in the hands of those ready to guide humanity toward its true potential. The journey of discovery was complete, but the journey of applying the lessons had just begun. The tomb had not only preserved the past but had inspired the future. Humanity's story was no longer only history, it was a path toward greatness, and the team was ready to lead the way.